Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's racing highlights and brief analysis from Cologne, Germany on 1st August 2026. In this video, I will be covering races 2 through 8 from the program, featuring a full afternoon of competitive racing and some exciting finishes. I missed the
Yeah, what is going to
opening
happen
race.
now?
I'm really sorry about that,
Casanova is favored
but
again.
I will
Okay,
begin with
interesting.
race 2
Casanova.
and continue
All sorts of
all the
doubts from the
way
trainer,
through to the final
but
event.
betting suggests
Let's get
that
straight
Casanova
into the action.
does have a good chance. Well, we're going to find out soon. Two horses are already in the starting stalls. And here comes the next one, Kaventsmann. And the rest will follow soon. 3 to go. Here is Darius racing with Nariman. Also an outsider, only 12 times the money. Endorphin will be the last to load. The most experienced runner causing the most trouble. But here comes Endorphin, step by step. And he's almost in. And now they are all in. And they're off and running. Wow, what a getaway from my horse. Not that good, Kaventsmann, but okay, is with the field again, but on the bridle. And it looks good on the outside for horse number 8, Nariman getting an uncontested lead. With on the outside, Pony on the Moon. Between horses, we have the 2-horse Horwart. And behind Horwart, wide on the outside, the favorite horse number 4, Casanova, together with on the inside, Longi. And on the rail now, horse number 3, Kaventsmann. And that's the order as they climb the hill with tanking along in the lead. Horse number 8, Nariman. With in second place, Pony on the Moon. And in third on the inside, La Compagne. We didn't mention that yet. With on the outside, Horwart, followed on the rail by horse number 3, Kaventsmann. Then the 6 horse, that's Longi. Behind Longi, Endorphin. And in last place, we have Casanova at the moment. Has to pass them all from there. And let's see if that's going to happen as they are halfway the backstretch with approximately 1,200 meters to go. With in the lead, Nariman. With on the outside, Pony on the Moon. Followed by the nicely going La Compagne, big outsider. With Horwart. And behind Horwart on the inside, going nicely, Kaventsmann. Kaventsmann is followed on the outside by Longi. But all to play for Endorphin on the inside. And in last place, creeping closer and going nicely now. Horse number 4, Casanova, has to come from last place and is trying to pass some horses now. Lots of them off the bridle. Casanova still on the bridle. And he looks strong. Comes from last place now to see if there is a possibility to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wide. Here is racing room as well for horse number 3, Kaventsmann. After a perfect ride by Bauyrzhan Murzabayev, is now trying to reel in this leader. And the leader is running away. Horse number 8, Nariman. Within second place, Kaventsmann. And behind Kaventsmann on the wide outside comes horse number 2, and that's Horwart. On the inside still there is La Compagne. Casanova from the back of the field runs a good race, but not more than that. We are going for the finish with this Nariman who's going to steal this race. Nariman is an easy winner. Nariman beats Kaventsmann. We got in second with in third Horwart, but the most important information was of course the words of Marcel Weiss saying no Casanova today, and he never came into this race. But what a great victory, ears pricked by horse number 8, Nariman. Yeah, so it's the last minute that there was some interest in this horse. Was not easy to know why, but he did fantastic, beating my horse number 3, Kaventsmann, with Horwart in third. So 8-3-2, unofficial race number 2. Let's see what's going to happen in race number 3. There we have this field of 6 and there are no changes.
This is the winner of race number 2, horse number 8, Nariman.
Here is the wet check, and the wet check will probably be show us Nelson Gay, horse number 4. That's what I think, because that's the nap of Sportweld. And he ran 2 good races in a row. And the second place at Hoppegarten was really good, but that was with Thore Hammer-Hansen. And Thore is now on board horse number 5, Why Delilah. And I think that we can say that Why Delilah, because of that, has a better chance than Nelson Gay, but they are first and second favorite. But I'm pretty confident that Why Delilah is going to do it, because there will be severe pace in this race. It has everything to do with the presence of Invincible Royal, horse number 2, who is very quick from the starting stalls, and there will be blistering pace in this race. And then the Gatja Gerenreich runner, Why Delilah, is at her very best. That means that I go for the 5 horse to win this race, and I think 3-1 is a decent price for this 4-year-old daughter of Havana Grey. €10 to win would be my bet. I took some money back in the last race with the horse who came in second, this Kaventsmann, but now I go for the 5 horse, Why Delilah. That means that Sportweld and I are up against each other, because Sportweld thinks that Murzabayev will do it on board horse number 4, Nelson Gay. Nelson Gay, horse number 4, the nap of Sportweld, to beat horse number 5, Why Delilah, with horse number 2, Invincible Royal, in third. It's a nice race, wide open as we watch the betting. Only 1 and 6 are, bigger outsiders, 12.4 and 9.9, but horses 2, 3, and 4 more or less co-favorites in this open race. Square the Temple goes into handicap company as a 3-year-old against older horses. The victory at Hamburg was really strong with the jockey of today, but I'm not sure if Square the Temple can follow up in a handicap against older horses. But I do like Invincible Royale, and Esentur Turkanali Ulu. He is the guy who gets the very best out of this 5-year-old son of Ince of Court. So this Invincible Royale, on his day, he is almost unbeatable, and this jockey can get him at his very best. So I'm a little bit afraid that maybe Invincible Royale can go all the way from pillar to post in this third race, but I have this really good feeling that why Delilah is gonna do it. Pass them all in the straight. Horse is easy to follow, because it's the only grey in this field. We see why Delilah in the back of the field now with the main man, Thore Hammer-Hansen. I have a really good feeling that she is gonna do it at 3 times the money. Horse number 5 will be my pick in the final minute here in Keulen. Final minute. Place your bets. The best of luck. They are going behind. Here is the last one. They are all in. Almost. Always goes in last. Invincible Royale, not the easiest horse in this field. But quick though. He wants to go out quick. And they are all in. Flag up. And they are away and running. And we look at the right. Invincible Royale. Not sure if that one is going to take the lead, but at least it's going to try it. But look at Thore Hammer-Hansen, very brave, is there as well with horse number 5, YYY Delilah. And they are going together through the first corner with a perfect position on the inside for Nelson Gay. Then we have the one horse ready to rumble and 3-4 lengths to Novreteti with on the inside horse number 3, Square du Temple. It's in the lead, going really nicely. YYY Delilah with on the outside Invincible Royale getting a tough trip. On the inside Nelson Gay getting a perfect trip. And further away we have on the inside Square du Temple coming closer. Horse number 1 ready to rumble is there. Here comes the 6 horse and that's Novretete. But we have YYY Delilah fighting it out with Nelson Gay, and Nelson Gay is coming closer and closer. Sportworld could be right in this one. YYY Delilah tries to fight back on the inside. Here comes Square du Temple, and Square du Temple is flying the 3-year-old up against the older horses. But in the middle of the track we have horse number 4 Nelson Gay. YYY Delilah is fighting back. What a jockey this is. Thore Hammer-Hansen probably is going to win it. The best race of the day. Fantastic finish by those 3 horses. But who is the winner? I really don't know. What a fantastic race. Who is the winner? YYY Delilah fought back against this Nelson Gay, but also Square du Temple comes on the outside. Who sticks his nose in front on the line? Incredible to see. Maybe that the horse in the middle is third, Nelson Gay, but even that is not secure. Race number 4 is the big one. We'll wait for confirmation with a big favorite as well, Dimitri, the 1 horse. We have a field of 7 and there are no further changes. BBAG Auctionsrennen with, for the winner, €26,000. It's really close, really close. Bauyrzhan thinks he's beat with Nelson Gay. It seems to be between 3 and 5. 3 is the winner. Square du Temple. Second, number 5, Why Delilah. Third, number 4, Nelson Gay. 3 beats 5 and 4. A three-way photo. Oh, she's happy.
This is the winner of race number 3, Square du Temple. Now let's head into the race number 4 of the program, which is held at 3:30 p.m. in German time. There were 7 runners of this program. The winner was horse number 1, Dimitri.
Runners and riders are going down for the big one here today at Keulen, BBAG Auctions Rennen. The dance of €25,000. And we're gonna see the wet check, and we probably gonna see Dimitri. And Dimitri ran in München, and that was a remarkable performance. A good Wima came in second, but this is something special, like so many horses in the stable of Henk Greve. And this is fantastic. Horse number 1, Dimitri, a clear favorite, 1.6. That's maybe a decent price. I think it's a decent price. Runs against Indigo Sun, who is the main rival on paper, because the other rival, Belgiumant, is a stable companion of Dimitri. And I can't see it happen that Belgiumant beats Dimitri, because 1.6 for Dimitri, 9.4 for Belgiumant would be a big upset, but of course not impossible. And Leon Wolf was pretty positive. But this Indigo Sun, first time out, they expected a lot from this 2-year-old son of Waldvat, but was somewhat disappointing. Yeah, and what can we say about the last race? That was a two-horse race, and this main rival, Gunnar Enlund, that day, was the big outsider of the two, but it was really, really close. So I'm not sure if horse number 2, Indigo Sun, is good enough to give horse number 1, Dimitri, anything to think about. So for me, horse number 1, Dimitri, is the clear favorite. And yeah, actually, I can't see him lose. Sportworld goes for 1 to beat 2 and 6, 1 to 6, and it's absolutely possible that 1 to 6 will be the final result of this race. But this horse I like, horse number 5, Tailor Made. Tailor Made is in the hands of Vladimir Panov, Derby winning jockey. Now, Thore Hammer-Hansen riding the big favorite. Thore rode his Tailor Made first time out. That was a decent performance. They expected something from Tailor Made, must have learned plenty. And I do think that the horse can do a little bit better today. They spoke with Stephanie Koyunshu about horse number 4, Sepal. And her focus is on another auctions race because this is more or less a race to learn. And if Sepal learns enough, then next time out there can be taken some money out of a big auctions race. But she is not thinking that that's going to happen today. Yeah, all the other horses are big outsiders. Of course, they can be anything. For example, Pajero, who is a debutant, but 21.3 suggests that there's not much hope of a victory. Yeah, that means that the one horse, look at, wow, what a horse to look at. Incredible. Look at the muscles. Dimitri, son of Milovic, looks, yeah, the only horse in this race. 1.5. It's not much, but it's enough if Dimitri is doing it as easy as he did last time out. So for me, the one horse is clear. The one to be on. I throw in Tailor Made for second and third with all the other horses around. So a trifecta this time, 1-5 all, 1 all 5. That's what I'm going to try here in race number 4. Final minute, place your bets, and the best of luck. Half of the field is in for this big one, 52,000 euros of prize money. Last one is in. And they're off and running. 1,300 meters to go. And there was a bad getaway by Pajero. And the lead is with Belgiuman. Belgiuman is going to take him along with on the outside stable companion Dimitri. Indigo Sun very well placed. And on the wide outside, horse number 5, Tailor Made. And those 4 horses are some way ahead of horse number 7, White Jonah. With, then horse number 4, Sepal. And behind Sepal is Pajero coming a little bit closer, but not close enough. But look at this stable companion, Belgiuman, very brave against the big favorite on the outside, Dimitri. But he is still sitting motionless. This Thore, Hammer-Hansen, and here he comes on the outside, take over the lead and is running away. This is a potential superstar, but he fights back on the inside. Belgiuman, and from the back of the field, Tailor Made and Indigo Sun are coming closer and closer. But the leader is running away now, and that's horse number 1, Dimitri. Indigo Sun runs a cracker on the outside for my trifecta. Horse number 5, Tailor Made. But will my trifecta is going to do it because he's coming closer and closer on the outside. But Dimitri is still in the lead. Holds on against Indigo Sun, who needs the distance. And then Tailor Made in third. Ooh, 1, 2, 5. Oh, he is mad, this Benjamin Marie. He must have been thinking this was a possibility to win the race, although the distance is too short for Indigo Sun. 1,400 meter would be a winning one. But 1,300, a little bit too short. Dimitri, yeah, after a tough trip, came alone in the lead. Took it easy. Almost too easy, but I still think it's something special. 1, 2, 5. Unofficial. Looking forward to race number 5. We have a field of 7 and there are no changes.
This is the winner of the race number 4. The horse number 1, Dimitri, is the winner. Now let's head into the race number 5 of the program at 4 p.m. in German time. The winner of the race was horse number 2, Anton de Gate.
The wet check is underway in advance of race number 5 here at Keulen. And who are we gonna see? We're gonna see Anton der Gütige. And the thing is, this Pavel Bradik, he is not really a jockey when you see him riding. But this horse, he was 9 kilos out of the handicap here, ran a fantastic race. And after this race, I said, next time, all my money goes on Anton der Gütige. So today is the day, and hopefully Pavel will not let me down. For me, this 4.3 is a fantastic price, and Sportworld is there as well. So we are together on horse number 2, Anton der Gütige. I think he's something, yeah, better than it seems. Fantastic horse to look at. Yeah, and great to have this people who really enjoy the sport doing it all by themselves. But yeah, Pavel, yeah, he's not the jockey style, you know. But still, he won on the horse. And last time, he rode a good race. And I think today can be the day for Anton der Gütige, horse number 2. And that has everything to do with the fact that they spoke with Erika Meder, the trainer of horse number 3, O Corona. Erika said, this horse is the best horse in the field. I have the best jockey in the field, but I have the ground totally against me. So she thinks it's not impossible, but yeah, it won't be a surprise either if O Corona will not win this race because of the firm ground today. That was, by the way, the second pick of Sportworld. And Sportworld throws a 15-year-old in the mix, Torqueville, for third place. 9.2 at the board. I'm not sure if Torqueville is going to do this. But okay, 2, 3, 6 according to Sportworld. And there is a favorite. And the favorite is horse number 7, Zane. And they spoke with Ulrike Timmerman as well. Ulrike said, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing here because 2200 meters is way too long for Zane. I'm going to give him a very defensive trip and hopefully we take some money. Yeah, that's not something I become really happy of. Yeah, that means that I have only one horse left. in this race, and that's Anton der Gütige. So that's my best bet of the day. Horse number 2, Anton der Gütige. And I think with 7 horses, 2 places, it will be a good place payout as well if the horse ends up second. What the last thing, I really think that's going to happen at least, second place, but I think he has a good chance of winning this race at 4-1. Yeah, hopefully he's going to do it, and I think the place money will be at least good enough to make a profit, but it would be fantastic if he wins. I should throw in horse number 1, Wakey Wakey, for second and third. They are going behind. Half of the field is in, almost. 4 to go. Anton der Gütige is now the new favorite. Here they come. Wakey Wakey. And the last to load is Anton der Gütige. They're all in. No, he backs off again. They're all in and away and running. And who is going to take him along? The answer is Guyana Starlet with on the outside Torqueville. Then we see on the outside Anton der Gütige with on the inside O Corona. And close by is horse number 7, Zane. And behind Zane we have Birthday Paradise and Wakey Wakey. Wakey Wakey ahead of Birthday Paradise. And Anton der Gütig on the outside is coming a little bit closer, but the leader is still horse number 4, and that's Guyana Starlet. Guyana Starlet on the inside, Anton der Gütige on the outside, Torqueville in third. Then we see O Corona in a perfect position, followed by Sane, who is well placed as well, followed by Wakey Wakey. And in last place we have Birthday Paradise. This is the moment that horse number 2, Anton der Gütige, is taking over the lead with in second place Torqueville. Then we see on the outside Sane still fighting with his jockey. O Corona looks really dangerous in fourth place, going nicely in the hands of Kevin Braillet. And then we have the last 3 horses. Guyana Starlet on the inside, outside. Wakey Wakey coming a little bit closer. And behind Wakey Wakey, we see horse number 5, and that's Birthday Paradise. But Pavel Bradik is not going to wait for them and has a big advantage with his big, bold galloping Anton der Gütige. He's still ears pricked, and he goes to look on his back, seeing Zane coming a little bit closer. And on the inside, also there, Torqueville. Now O Corona is going to the outside, looks strong. Wakey Wakey is coming from the back of the field, but O Corona is eating the ground and is coming closer to this leader, Anton der Gütige. Now Pavel Bradik has to wake him up, and on the outside, O Corona is trying to come a little bit closer. Doing so is next to the leader now. Is the better jockey on the outside, the better horse on the inside. What will make the difference? I think the better horse, Anton der Gütige, is still in the lead, takes a length again, and will win this race nice and easy. The nap of the day, s'il vous plaît, Anton der Gütige, the way he wants. In second place we have O Corona, and in third Guyana Starlet. 2 beats 3 and 4. 2, 3, 4. This was the most easy winner of the week, Anton der Gütige. We have a very nice race coming up. Race number 6. We can take out horse number 9, Josie, but still leaves us with a field of 9 and a Superfecta guarantee of €10,000. Interesting race for the Superfecta, I think.
Here we go. This is the winner of race number 5 of this program. Horse number 2, Anton de Guetti. I don't know if I said the name correct. I'm really sorry about that. Now let's look at the race number 6 of this program on 1st August 2026 in Cologne, Germany.
They are going down for race number 6 here today at Keulen, approximately 5 minutes to the start. We see that horse number 5, Flying Max, is the favorite, and that's a horse who comes out second time for the Dutch Master Stables and trainer Romy van der Meulen after a very good first race in Keulen. So comes back here again over the same distance. Thore Hammer-Hansen on board again. And yeah, this horse, 3-year-old by Lopi Fernandez, did okay in Great Britain, running most of the time on the all-weather, but was really good, and I think this ground will suit. There's one thing, it's a 12-time maiden, so yeah, does this horse know how to win a race? They can close against tough handicap horses last time out, and I do think that horse number 5, Flying Max, must have a top chance of giving a lot of them here in this field a lot to think about. The favorite is Ale Chandos, horse number 4 for the Peter Schirgen stable. And this horse is now with Peter Schirgen, was with Christian Freyer van der Rekke. So interesting, top trainer, now working with his Ale Chandos. The nap of Sportweld to beat horse number 5, Flying Max, with in third horse number 8, Golden Time, and in fourth horse number 3, MJ23. That's what Sportwat think about the Superfecta race. This is Flying Max, and I think she looks fantastic. This daughter of Lopi Fernandez. I think 1400 suits perfectly. But yeah, I'm a little bit afraid of this Ale Chandos, who was already showing very nice things for this Christian Vrijer van der Rekke on small tracks, Honsraad, Kwakenbroek, Dune, Cuxhaven. But yeah, Dortmund wasn't a success, 6th place. But I think we're going to see a better Ale Chandos today. I think, yeah, if Peter Schiergen wants to try it with this kind of horse, he must have seen something in it. And he's running around now. Is it a check for the vet or not? No, everybody's smiling. Yeah, there is something. Not sure what. Money is there for Golden Time as well. The 8-horse, 3rd pick of Sportwelt. Good looking horse from the Jutta Meijer stable, who was a good winner at München. With the jockey of today, he comes back. Horse looks nice. It looks one for the Superfecta as well. But that means we have 3 favorites. We need some sort of an outsider to get some money out of it. Because if we put in MJ23 as well, it will be a favorite result. Good looking MJ23, good second last time out. Rikupa back on board. I got a feeling that it could be between those 4 horses as well. So let's then hope that we get a good order, because if 3 wins or 8 wins, it will probably be a good payout as well. But I can't find the outsider in this field who will cause a shock surprise. Maybe Thore, horse number 6, because at least she managed to win 3 out of 33 and earned some money in her career. The 7-year-old. And top jockey Eduardo Pedrosa on board, 5th race after a long winter break. The grey Thore could be a horse who runs into this Superfecta as well. But finally a Superfecta race with a chance of indeed finding the first 4 in the right order. Success, because they are going behind already. Loading process well underway. Here comes the last one. And they're off and running. And it's a good getaway on the inside. No, from the outside comes Are You Sure? Horse number 10 with a very good getaway with Ale Chandos really fighting with jockey Esantor Turganali Ulu at the moment. Then we have on the inside Fast and Furious, followed by the 8-horse Golden Time in a good position. Further away we see Pietra Fortunata on the outside of horse number 5, Flying Max, who has a good sit in this race. Followed by Thore, and behind Thore, Circus, and in last place MJ23. Favorites with work to do, but freely in the lead is horse number 4, Ale Chandos, with 2 lengths in advance over horse number 10, Are You Sure? Here comes on the outside Golden Time, and behind Golden Time Pietra Fortunata, and behind Pietra Fortunata trying to come a little bit closer. Horse number 7, Fast and Furious. Where are the favorites? Now, one of them is trying to come on the wide outside. Horse number 3, and that's MJ23, but with some work to do. Look at Crocus in last place. That horse has nowhere to go. Would have been interesting, but here comes on the outside Golden Time. Takes over from Ale Chandos. Here comes Thore from the back of the field. Here finally finds racing room. Horse number 5, Flying Max. And Crocus also finally finds racing room. And it's on the inside fighting back. Ale Chandos beats Golden Time, the great Thore, and close for 4th. We'll wait for that, but it was indeed Peter Schiergen who really wants to have this horse, Ale Chandos, in his stable, and the main trainer did it. Together with Esantur Turganali Ulu, really good battle to the finish. Probably horse number 10, Are You Sure? Held on for 4th, and then we have a big payout. Yeah, That's what I think that happened. Big payout, I think, with Alejandros beating Golden Times. 4 beats 8. 6, Kaylor, and 10, are you sure? But okay, let's wait for confirmation. And while we wait, I'll take you to race number 7. We can take out horse number 6, Petra My Love. The 6 is a non-runner, and there are no further changes.
Here we go. This is the winner of race number 6, horse number 4, Alice Shandos. Now we will be heading to 5 p.m. race, which is race number 7 of this program. The winner was Promesh, horse number 7 in this race.
Here we are with the wet check for this incredibly wide open contest, if you ask me. And we see Prumsje. And Prumsje is interesting because it was a good victory over course and not the distance, but it was okay. But was a bigger field than this one, and Prumsje didn't get extra kilos for this victory. But not sure if Prumsje can do it again over this 2200 meters. But okay, the betting suggests it will happen. But I have more or less a feeling with the two second favorites, 3 Danilov and 8 Zaralina. Danilov wasn't that good the last twice, but loves it here on the track. And besides that, loves it with Mickey Kadadu as well. Perfect position in the starting stall with number 3. And I do think that we're going to see a better Danilov today. So this sort of bated breath is one of my fancied runners in this race. Together with Zaralina, and I throw in horse number 8, Zaralina, as my winner. A course and distance winner in October last year with Thore Hammer-Hansen that day at 1.6. So that was an easy victory. But I think today there is a big chance for Zaralina. Yasmin Almenräder was positive as well. Now, Yasmin normally is also always saying from, nah, I don't know, maybe, yes, with a good trip he can become third. But I saw today that she really thinks that her horse Zaralina has a top chance in this race. Here comes Makun, who was ahead of Danilov in Baden-Baden. But I think Danilov must be capable of turning the tables today. The 3 horse against Makun. So I think the 3 will run into the trifecta. And I think Zaralina will win the race. So then that makes it really easy for a bet. I go for the 8 on first place. And then horse number 3, Danilov, for second and third. Maybe put in the Exacta 3-8 round. Because then you have also a price with 8-3. And 3-8 as well. That could be an interesting bet. I think it will be a very good payout. But I do like those 2 horses, 3 and 8. What does Sportwad think? Take over Prumsje, the 7, to beat the non-runner, Petra My Love and Zaralina. So 7-8 according to Sportwad, which is a good possibility as well, if this Prumsje get an uncontested lead, of course. But was a good victory last time out. Not sure if this Prumsje can do it again. I have this good feeling with 3 Danilov and 8 Zaralina. So I leave it there. Maybe Moonlight Touch could be interesting. Runs over longer distances. But when Moonlight comes back to the 22-2300, he always runs a decent race. Also here over course and distance behind Nicholas and Hope and Belief. So the 5 horse absolutely not out of it. Yeah, and what about Happy Valentine? The main man riding, Thore Hammer-Hansen, good second in Vitel not long ago in France. But the price suggests 8.7, that maybe Oeswin has other ideas with this 5-year-old daughter of Adlervloek on a very, very good ground. So that's not ideal for the majority of the Adlervloek offspring. I like Danilov. He's looking fantastic today. So does the 8 horse Zaralina. So let's see if it's going to happen. 8 to beat 3. I go against the favorite. And they are arriving at the post. Final minute, place your bets, and the best of luck. They are going behind. They're all in and away. And Makun is best away, horse number 1. And that one is going to take a lead with stable companion Zara Lina on the inside. And on the outside, there is this uncontested lead for Prumsje. And that makes it very interesting for the favorite. Nobody wants to attack this one. And then the 2200 will probably be no problem for this 4-year-old daughter of Milovic, who's going to take him along. Makan in second. First over is Moonlight Touch, who is coming a little bit closer, but only 50 kilometers an hour. Then we have Seralina on the inside together with Dani Loff, and then the two Happy Valentine, and in last place, horse number 4, Laminaria. That's the order as they turn for the last 1600, and we still have in the lead Prumsje. Nobody attacks Prumsje, so a very easy day in the office for Esentur Turkanali Ulu. Then we have on the outside Moonlight Touch, and on the inside Makun, and behind Makun my two horses. But yeah, with this false race, not easy from there. 8 Saralina with Dani Loff on the outside, and then we have the two horse, that's Happy Valentine, nice horse to look at, and in last place horse number 4, Laminaria. So pace is increasing a little bit, but there was a pace bias for a long time with in the lead horse number 7, Prumsje. With on the outside a stayer, Moonlight Touch. On the inside, Makun getting the perfect trip from Benjamin Marie. Then we have a Danilov still going nicely. So does Saralina, but all close enough if good enough. So is Happy Valentine, and on the inside traveling nicely, Laminaria. Here they come, 600 meters from home, and we have still in the lead Prumsje, and that one is running away now with on the outside Moonlight Touch, and here comes on the wide outside Happy Valentine. Here comes Danilov looking strong, Serafina with nowhere to go on the inside, and that means that Prumsje is still the leader. Danilov is going great guns on the outside. Here is racing room for Serafina, but stable companion Makun throws in the door, closes the door, and that means that Prumsje got steal this race. That was after 100 meters already known. It's Prumsje who will win it with Makun in second and Laminaria probably in third. A race for me to forget very quick. I knew if nobody is going to do anything about Prumsje's lead, then it will be probably the winner. No, that happened. That's a pity. But Benjamin Marie rode his own race, did it very well with the one horse. Makun is second, and in third, is it 4 or 8? On the head bob, I think 4 on the outside, but camera not straight on the line. Now, hopefully we do better in race number 8, or hopefully you just took the favorite Prumsje. Here we have this field of 6, and there are no changes. We are going over the classic distance of 2400 meters.
Here we go. This is the winner of race number 7 of this program, which is host number 7, Promesh. Now we are heading to final race of this program, which is race number 8 at 5:30 p.m. in Cologne, Germany, the last race of the day.
the last wet check of today. And we're looking at the Morgenmond, who is by far the best horse in this field. So this should be the day for Morgenmond. Was behind Petra Melov in this race. Good horse. Morgenmond ran a cracker. But yeah, there's only one doubt. And Axel Kleinkorst said, yeah, the ground. This horse loves it a little bit with cut in the ground. But today the track is dry. But still, I think this horse is so much better than the rest that Morgenmond has to be the winner of this race. Finally, winning a race will become Maiden of taking the 3000. Look at this magnificent horse. And Kleinkorst expects a lot from him. And if that's the case, he should win this race on any ground. I think 2.3 is even a very good price. And I do think this one is going to do it today. I fear most horse number 2, Alzebaran, has everything to do with the fact that there are a lot of horses in this field who were already ridden by Thore Hammer-Hansen once or twice. And yeah, he has probably a manager. And I think the manager found the best opportunity for this field. And that could be horse number 2, very good looking. Alzebaran, long-term maiden, 19 races, no victories, but a lot of good races in defeat. And I think Alzebaran will follow Morgenmond home. That's absolutely not what Sportweld think. They go for Morgenmond to beat Vivianus and Tremonia. So 1, 3, 4 according to Sportweld. I go for 1, 2, 3. That's easy. 1, 2, 3. That's what I think. Maybe 1, 3, 2 in this 8th and final race, approximately 4 minutes before the start. But this horse number 1, Morgenmond, should be capable of doing it. This one is good looking. Tremonia, the 4 horse for the Uwe Swin stable. It's well a typical Uwe Swin price, 11-1 for this horse number 4, who ran in France and did some nice races in France. And was already 4 lengths ahead of Vitali. And Vitali is one of the favorites. That's a little bit strange, but maybe they are working on Tremonia for another race in France. This is Vitali, good looking, was not bad last time. Over the track, not the distance. We're going 200 meters further now, is a plus for Vitali. So that one comes in contention for the minor places as well, if you ask me. And besides that, Murzabayev came back to ride this horse again. This is Camargue. Yeah, very difficult to see what's going to happen here. But okay, what happened in the ring was that our presenter asked Martin Seidel what's going to happen. And then Martin said, I'm going to win. But with Martin, you never know the real reason why he says things like that. This is Morgenmond, looking fresh and fruity with René Pietsch. And I think he will be the winner. Has to settle a little bit better over the 2400. But I think he will do that. Good horse. Horse with potential, and this should be the opportunity to open his account. I think horse number 2 for 2nd and 3rd. And I think if there's one horse who can beat Morgenmond fair and square, it could be Vivianus, horse number 3. That's the information ahead of this race. 2 minutes, place your bets. I wish you the best of luck. They are going behind. Three to go. Camargue is not behaving really well. Morgan Mont is irritated by that. So it's gonna take a while. Three in, three to go. Here is Vitali. Morgemont, Tremonia will be the last. But that seems to be a troublemaker. All in. And they're off and running. Good getaway on the inside by Alcebaran. But Alcebaran doesn't want to take the lead. And let's see who's going to do it now. It's on the outside Vivianus and wide on the outside Vitali. They are the first three. Vitali gets a good position now. And then we have on the inside Morgenmont, followed on the outside by Tremonia. And in last place, horse number 6, Camargue. And that's the last one today at Keulen. But be with me early tomorrow with first Dresden. And after that, a fantastic meeting, 2 racetracks in Germany, and hopefully we can find a lot of winners then. We have in the lead horse number 2, Alcebaran. Alcebaran with on the outside Vivianus. Then we have on the inside Morgenmont creeping closer. With on the wide outside horse number 4, Tremonia. That will be a difficult, task from there. A good place this, well placed is Vitali, and in last place, traveling nicely, horse number 6, Camargue. And they go for the backstretch for the final time. We are almost halfway with in the lead Alcebaran with the Ken Seebecks, with on the outside Vivianus, wide on the outside, tough trip for Tremonia, but still going nicely. Then we have the favorite Morgenmont behind the leader in a good posse, and horse number 5 further away is Vitali, and Camargue, the big outsider, is still traveling okay in last place for the Jutta Meijer stable, and that's the order as Alcebaran has everything under control in the lead with on the outside Vivianus, wide on the outside comes Tremonia, and on the inside, creeping closer and closer, Morgenmont, and that one goes to the outside already under René Puchelek and looks ready to attack this leader. Here comes Camargue as well, and wide on the outside, a good race by Tremonia. But look at on the outside, Morgenmont is attacking this leader, and that's Alcebaran. Morgenmont on the outside, not his favorite ground, but still looking like the winner. On the outside tries to come horse number 6, and that's Camargue. Morgenmont and Alcebaran, the battle for the victory. Morgenmont has to fight for his life, and on the inside Alcebaran is not beaten yet, but the class maybe of Morgenmont can do it, or is it just on the inside Alcebaran? This will be really close. Alcebaran with on the outside Morgenmont, Alcebaran still there, and they're coming from everywhere now. Also horse number 4 Tremonia, who runs a cracker. Alcebaran Tremonia, Vitali, and disappointing Morgamont, but the ground, that was a problem. But this 4-horse, what a fantastic race by Tremonia. Let's see what happened here. Horse number 2, Alcebaran, Thore Hammer-Hansen. Yeah, manager, choose the right horse. Tremonia, very good second. Very close for third. That one goes to the judge. Vitali on the inside of Morgenmont. And in 5th place, a good run by Kamark. That wasn't far away. So maybe next time. We'll wait for confirmation. If you not want to wait for confirmation, I say thank you for being with me the whole day and till tomorrow. And there is the result, 2, 4, 5, 1.
This is the winner of the final race of the program. The horse number 8, Alcebaran, was the winner of final race of this program.
Let's have a word with Chris. He's our resident tipster. He knows all the winners. Chris, having a look through the card at the moment. So I hope you've got your race cards open at the first 3 races. We'll do 3 now and 4 a bit later on. So race 1 at 5:05. What do you fancy here at a 5-runner race?
Yeah, not too creative, but I've gone for the favourite Bint Knight as the main bet. It's around about 7-4. I like this one progressive. Only 3 starts and a course and distance winner already, so fairly obvious, but deserved favourite. I have done an each way sort of cover bet on the Roger Varian horse Starlight Time as well. I like that one. Dropped in class, down £2, and won at Chelmsford over the trip a couple of starts ago.
When you're picking your winners, do you tend to go for something that you think is definitely going to win, but it's a short price, or do you try to look for maybe a bit more creativity?
Yeah, well, when I'm running my main service, I always look to find a bit of value towards the outside of the market. But I think when you're here for a day, you just want to find winners, really. And
Very true. If you've come here tonight, it's going to be a great night with ABBA here after racing, of course. It's going to be a memorable evening all the way through the winter. You'll look back on that lovely evening that you spent at Lingfield Park. And if you had a winner, it would be even better, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly that. It's about going home with more money than you came with if you can. And then onto the second race. Again, Zafan looks the obvious one to me. Again, not a big price, 7-4, but this one really stands out. It's a 6-runner classified stakes, and it does look the one to beat. Came back from a spell over hurdles to win recently, and I think the return of the cheek pieces looks good as well. So I've gone for Zafan, is also at 7-4.
Okay, and those of you who know racing a bit, Sean Byrne riding as a fan. This is not the Sean Byrne in jumps racing who is a champion jockey. This is Sean Dillon Byrne. He's got the same name, but he's a flat jockey from Ireland. He's doing really well. He also rides lots of winners, but he's not quite champion just yet. So that's Sean Dillon Byrne on Zafan in the 540. And then we've got one more before we take our little break. So race 3 at 6:15.
Yeah, the race 3, I've got a slightly different angle with this one. I went for Bradan Fassa because I was here last time where he was only beaten by Rogue Empire when over course and distance. I actually tipped Rogue Empire on that day. But what really caught my eye was that Bradan Fassa finished 11 lengths clear of the third. So it suggested it was a performance, but just came up against a really good one there. So I think it's a very tight race between the 3. I think there's a bit of value there at 11-4.
When you see a 3-runner race, do you think, oh no, because if I get this one wrong, people are going to say there are only 3 runners there and you still got it wrong. Yeah. Not that I'm expecting you to get it wrong.
Yeah, well, there's 2 3-run races tonight and they all look tricky. And honestly, I'd usually leave them alone. But for the sake of having a bet tonight, I think that Bradan Fassa, because I was here last time, it's sort of stuck with me. And like I say, it was 11 lengths clear of the third. So I think it is a good type that maybe just ran into one last time.
Okay, so you've given us the winners of the first 3 races. We'll be back a bit later on with races 4, 5, 6 and 7. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
And the first race tonight at 5:05 is the professional horse racing tips at chracingclub.com. You just heard Chris actually talking about his selections for the race. He has sponsored this first race of the evening at 5:05. It's a handicap. And the trip is 1 mile and 2 furlongs. 5 runners, details as in your race card. And if you're standing by the parade ring at the moment, wondering where the horses are, they're normally in by now. But because it's so hot and sunny, as you've seen here before this summer, the horses are parading in the pre-parade ring, which is a bit further over. But they are there. If you want to go and see the horses, they're in the pre-parade ring adjacent to the main parade ring. Jockey's coming out now. And heading to the pre-parade ring because it's so hot and sunny. That's where the horses are. Jockeys are on their way. Don't forget to look up chracingclub.com, the sponsors of this race, to find out what Chris fancies, and not just for this race but for other ones as well. You heard Chris's tips for the first three races just a moment or two ago. Jockeys are now in the pre-parade ring with the horses, so go and have a look at them if you think it'll help you find a winner. It's often a good idea to go and have a look at the horses beforehand. And the best turned out horse in this first race is judged to be number 1, Londoner. Has got the prize for the best turned out. Number 1, Londoner. Now, Mike Catamol is our commentator here tonight. Mike's poised, ready to describe the action as the horses leave the paddock, or rather the pre-parade ring for this first race. So Mike will pick them up on the way to post and describe all 7 races for you here tonight.
Thank you very much, Lee, and welcome back to Lingfield, ladies and gents. Our runners are coming onto the track for our first race. The professional horse racing tips at chracingclub.com handicap. Mile and a quarter. And Starlight Time. Ridden by the former champion apprentice Sean Dylan Bowen, is in the green-yellow star, blue sleeves, blue cap. Colin Matthews colours for trainer Roger Variant. He's followed up by Epictetus in the pink colours. William Carver for Jamie Osborne. Epictetus, one-time very smart performer. And behind him is Bint Knight in the silver and turquoise diamonds. That's Salhir Stud's colours. Lewis Evans for Harry Charlton. Bint Knight, the only filly in the lineup. She's followed down by Percival for Quest Thoroughbreds, black with the yellow seams, striped cap and sleeves, trained at Newmarket by Dylan Cooner. And Taron Langley is taking £5 off him. Percival ran well last time out. And the last one onto the track in the blue and yellow is Londoner, Alan Kerr's colours, blue with the yellow chevron, half sleeves, yellow cap. Dan and Claire Kubler train him. And he's ridden by the Bahraini champion jockey, Ibrahim Nader. Ibrahim had his first winner over here just a few days ago for Dan and Claire. So the 5 runners then arriving at the mile and a quarter start. They've got there in good time. We're about 4 minutes to post time. What I can tell you about this market is that Bint Knight has been favourite most of the day. Around about 6-4 now. 7-2 Londoner, 4-1 Percival, 9-2 Epictetus, and Starlight Time 5-1. Starlight Time was quite a useful 2-year-old, not quite kicked on this time round though. See how they get on. So they're all at the start. They're going to be checked over by the starting team, and we've got about 2.5 minutes to post time. So a big crowd here tonight. There's the favourite, Bint Knight. She was beaten a length and a half into second at Doncaster on handicap debut 4 weeks ago. She won, however, the course and distance the time before that. The winner of the Doncaster race was second at Redcar next time, so that's reasonable form. They're just sorting out Bint Knight's tack. You can see there Lewis Edmonds for Harry Charlton. She's the unexposed runner in the race. You can get a bit of 7-4 now about Bint Knight. She's looking in good order down at the start. 4-1 London and 9-2 Percival and Epictetus. And Starlight Time is round about 5-1. So any one of the 5 could take this, to be honest. It's quite an open start. Percival in the black jacket could be the pace angle. Was third at Sandown last time out. But Londoner got a poor run that day. Nonetheless, he's 0 from 23 on the turf, Londoner. And he's a pound better for the 2 lengths, or near 2 lengths. He was beaten by Percival only last Thursday. Epictetus is a horse that hasn't won since August of 2023. He was a next second at Epsom, though, 2 weeks ago. Surely his time will come again. And Starlight Time, we mentioned him earlier on, won at Epsom and at Chelmsford as a 2-year-old, but tailed off at Epsom and well held at Ascot 3 weeks back. About to load Bint Knight in first. Percival is in next. He's got the blindfold on. 3 to go. Starlight Time's getting the hood on too. Starlight Time. Just the 2 to go now. Epictetus and Londoner. Londoner completes the lineup of the 5 runners here. Blindfolds ready. Set and racing. They leave the stalls then with 1.25 miles ahead of them. Percival was slow to get into stride. Bint Knight wasn't though. She's away to a good start down the far side of the racecourse. Big white face showing up in front, and the pace seems a pretty reasonable one as well. Lewis Edmonds about 2.5 clear of Londoner, with on the inside Starlight Time, Epictetus alongside in the pink jacket, and held up at the back there is Percival. Just taking a little bit of a grip in the early part of the race. Taryn's just trying to get him settled on that far bend, turning left-handed then, and moving across towards a flat part of the course before they hit the rising ground on the far side of the track. Bint Knight the leader, close for second, but just shading it is Londoner, who got no sort of run at all last week at Sandown. He's on the rail, followed then by Epictetus, who's still winnerless after a lengthy absence, and then Starlight Time together with Percival at the back, moving to the top of the hill. And when they do that, they'll be about halfway in this Class 4 professional horse racing tips at chracingclub.com handicap. Moving down the hill over on the far side, and still Bint Knight the leader. Moving down, and inside the final 3.5 furlongs they come, about to enter the home straight. Londoner in second, Epictetus alongside. Starlight Time, Percival with a little bit of work to do at the back as they move down the home straight now, and picking up to 38 miles an hour. The pace has really been raised a couple of gears as they approach the last 2 furlongs. Bint Knight trying to burn them all off here. Londoner on the inside is coming. On the outside, Epictetus is under a drive. Percival goes into 4th, now relegating Starlight Time to 5th. And now Londoner draws alongside Bint Knight. She's got to dig deep here, the favourite. Behind them, Epictetus continues to stay on under pressure, and she's found a bit more as the filly. Bint Knight in front, and Bint Knight is going to tough it out and makes all. Beats Londoner. It was very tight for third. Percival, Epictetus, that's a photo, and Starlight Time behind them in 5th.
Here is the outcome of the first race. First, number 5, Bit Knight. Second, number 1. And there's a photo finish for third place. Here is the outcome of the photo finish for third place. Third, number 3, and the fourth place horse, number 2. The provisional result of the professional horse racing tips at chracingclub.com handicap stakes. First, number 5, Bint Knight. Second, number 1, Londoner. Third, number 3, Epictetus. And the fourth place horse, number 2, Percival. The distances were 1 length and 3/4 of a length, 1 length and 3/4 of a length. The official time of the winning horse, 2 minutes 07.77 seconds. 2 minutes 07.77 seconds.
The winner's on her way. Please prepare to applaud. This was the professional horse racing tips at chracingclub.com handicap. And here she is from Harry Charlton's stable at Beckhampton in Wiltshire and winning jockey Lewis Edmonds. This is Bint Knight, the winner of race 1.
Horses away, please. Horses away.
The SP's 13-8 favourite, but 13-8 is 13-8. As you can see, Chris here, who not only sponsored the race, but also gave his tips for the first 3 races earlier on. He's got a winner already. First race, Chris has tipped a winner, 13-8, as you said. Still 13-8, isn't it? It's still richer than you were earlier. And sometimes you do have to go for the favourite, because a winner is a winner. Londoner was second at 4-1. Not yet weighed in, but you will hear that in just a moment. Then the race result will be official. Chris is back then, having tipped the winner of the first and sponsored the first race. And we say well done to Matt, who's representing the stable of Harry Charlton's now, to come up and collect this lovely piece of kitchen furniture, shall we say. Every posh house should have one of these. I suspect you put Ritz crackers on it with cheese and serve it to the vicar when he comes around for tea. So well done to the winning connections in the first race. Bint Knight, Lewis Edmonds winning jockey, and Harry Charlton winning trainer. And well done to Sal here, Stud Limited, the winning owners. Race 1, the Roll of Honour after the first race.
And the result is now official. They have weighed in, weighed in.
Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it and enjoyed this program in Cologne in Germany. If you need further details such as full official finishing order, betting returns, please go to the description box of this video, as I have included their descriptive data, some analyzing features. Thank you once again and have a good day. Danke.